Hey everyone. So today's live video is titled How to Engage or even Begin in Self-Care Amid Chaos. Like when you feel like your life is in disarray and you think to yourself, especially since there's so much on the news right now about self-care and mental health awareness and all of that, when you're struggling and you're going through some tough times, you kind of wish that you had like some sort of system in place, something that's your go-to that is already in your comfort zone, something that's not new, something that you can just start and do and automatically feel better. Sometimes that's not always the case. I think a lot of us decide that self-care is worth investing the time in when it's too late. It's not really ever too late, but I think you know what I'm saying. When we decide when it's an immediate need. So this might be a trickier type of video for me to do today. It's been one hell of a week, actually. We're just going through a lot of stuff right now, us, our families. There's just a lot of moving parts that are not always the most pleasant, and we're working through it right now. The latest chapter is kind of an interesting one. So my husband Scott, he started taking on foster kittens. He's very passionate about kitten rescue and cat rescue, and is getting his foot more and more in the door with working with rescues and volunteering with transporting and stuff. And this summer we've taken on 2 litters of 3 kittens, and today was an emotional day because our first litter, our older litter, they got moved up today. They are currently hanging out at PetSmart. For those of you who are local, it's the one on Amelia Drive. So 3 of our kittens are currently hanging out there and awaiting their forever homes. But one of my reservations about fostering was how hard it would be to give them up. And I knew it. I prepared myself for it. And, amount of preparation can really prepare you. So, yep. So we just have the 3 foster kittens and of course a regular 6 cats. So but the other 3, they're getting big enough too. So I guess it's crazy how attached you get. So with all that being said, it is kind of an emotional day. Hopefully new beginnings for those little ones though. So the topic for today is self-care. So I guess I'm going to get into a little bit on methods and things to try that are easy and doable and really judgment-free, because self-care can take on so many forms. They're very, very individual choices, that is going to look different for every single person. But that's where we get to step 1 here, is you have to get in touch with yourself. You have to think about what you need. And but actually that's more like step 2. Step 1 is really deciding that you need some sort of form of self-care, that you need some sort of form of balance, that you need some way to take a step back and allow yourself the time. All right, I think we're good now. Okay. Way to interrupt me, spam call. Anyhow, so step 1, be sure that you know that you can allow yourself that time, judgment-free, that you are deserving of that time. Maybe you have to feel like you've earned it, but whatever it looks like for you, you have to make the conscious decision that yes, it is time that I engage in some sort of self-care. The reason why I'm saying that it has to be such a conscious, deliberate thing that you say to yourself is that I think so many of us get so wrapped up in obligations every day in our lives that we know that self-care is good for us. We start doing something that we consider as self-care, and then automatically we're regretting it and feeling guilty because some other obligation needs to get done. Super, super counterproductive. Because if that's your mindset going into some sort of self-care activity, it's not doing anything for you anymore. Okay? It's not allowing your brain to just stop and free up. So step 1, decide that you have earned it. Declare to yourself that you deserve this, that it is time, that you are designating some sort of time and place and activity that is going to be for you. Step 2 is deciding what it is. Think about this. First, allow yourself that time to think. I know we have so many things that we need to think about. I heard a statistic earlier today on a podcast I was listening to that the average brain has 60,000 different thoughts every day. It's insane. But get in touch with some of your thoughts. Maybe like while you're, you know, eating or something like that. Just take a couple minutes to yourself and be like, okay, I need to plan this self-care thing. And actually do plan it, because if you designate the time and, any other resources towards it, it becomes more important in your mind. It kind of climbs the hierarchy of obligations, I guess. Poor way to think, but, we gotta get past our routine somehow to try to break this other important thing into it. All right, so decide what it is that it's going to look like. Is it a yoga session? Is it a Tai Chi session? Is it going to be that you're going to try meditation? Is it a walk in the woods? Is it some other sort of well-spent time with nature? Is it getting away and going on a window shopping trip or a regular shopping trip? Just think about what sounds super enjoyable right now. And then the second thing is decide what kind of resources you have that you are willing, not begrudgingly, but willing to put towards it. Obviously, one of the resources is time. Another resource could be money, all right? And if you're okay with that, that's fine. If you are not okay with it, then allow the activity that you decide on to be free. So I think what I'm going to use as an example here is going to be a walk in the woods. That's going to be my example. A walk in the woods, let's say it's going to be at one of the parks or something like that. It's going to be about an hour or a little over an hour's worth of time on a certain day. Okay, designate the day. I am going to do this day. I'm going to do this Friday after work. Good way to end the week, for example. I am going to dedicate this hour to this walk in the woods. Okay, it's not going to be too far, won't cost me anything more in gas. It's not going to be like a shopping trip where it costs me money if I see something I really, really want. Okay, so now like the amount of resources goes down. So maybe in the end, all you're investing is time. If it's yoga, find a free session on YouTube. There's plenty of them out there. Okay, easy resources, easy go-to resources. Because remember, if this is something that you want to put in your practice all the time, a few times a week, ideally, at least to start, figure out how you're going to make it accessible for yourself. That's really important, because if it doesn't feel accessible, if it doesn't feel easy, you're going to start giving yourself excuses as to why you shouldn't. And we all know that you should, because self-care and mental health are important. You need to balance yourself. So, all right, said walk in the woods. All right. I'm thinking, this idea sounds really good, actually. Maybe I will do this myself. I declare that Friday, I'm going to get up a little bit earlier than usual. Friday is a day off for me. Day off. I don't go into a job on Friday, we'll just put it that way. And I am going to go over to Birchfield, easy, quick little park near me, and I'm going to walk around for about an hour. I'm going to do 4 laps on my favorite loop that I have in my mind. It's like a loop around like the outer perimeter, okay? I'm going to go around that 4 times, and then I'm going to go grocery shopping, because grocery shopping is usually one of the first things I do on Fridays anyways. Oops, sorry, I kicked my tripod. So I am going to do that. Now, for me, it's a little bit sneaky, because I often walk for my cardio, so that'll give me the hour of walking that I tend to get for myself, but it'll be at a relaxed pace, in the woods, alone with my thoughts, quiet, no distractions, because there's a lot up here that needs to get processed right now. There's a lot of things happening, things that I haven't allowed myself the time to think through. And I feel like this is a good use of resources, like time in my day off where lots of stuff has to get done while completing cardio. Look at me being sneaky. But to me right now, I have not given myself any time for self-care. I'm a huge proponent of it. During times in my life where it's been easier to dedicate the time and the resources towards it, mainly time, meditation used to happen 5 days a week. I felt like I was getting good at it. I felt like I was really checking in all the time with my thoughts. I felt like I was being more mindful about a lot of things. We go through phases in our life where it's not like that because there's a lot of chaos to deal with. All right? And there's things like that going on right now. Oh, not to mention the biggest event at the music store that's happened in over 2 years is actually happening this weekend. And it's a 2-day long thing, so like I'm working most of the weekend because got to do the event, right? So I feel like if I put this session of self-care in right before all of that starts up, I will end up having the mental clarity to stay calm and focused and doing what I need to do, and doing what I need to do in a calm and focused way. Why? Because there's lots of nervous kids that are going to be auditioning in front of me on Saturday, and lots of nervous kids that are going to be going up on a giant outdoor stage on Sunday. I know that I need to be there for them as they're going through these big mental stresses. So, if I allow myself that time to balance out, I know that I can be there better for them. Okay, now, see that train of thought that I just took myself through? Now I'm going to help you do this. Hopefully a lot of you that are watching can also relate to this as well. Think about some of the most important people in your lives right now. Significant other, your kids, your parents, especially if it's part of your role to help take care of them at this time. Super close friends, if there's people at work that you're actually really close with. Just think of that like handful of people or more or less in your inner circle right now. Think about when your brain is in a state of chaos and you're stressed out and maybe you're a little short-tempered, or if you're just down or whatever. Think about what they might be thinking. These are people that you know genuinely care about you, okay? Maybe they don't know what to say right now. Maybe they want to help, but they just don't know how. And they say to you, maybe over and over again, I'm here for you. But whatever it is that you're going through in your head, there really isn't anything for them to do. But you know what they said to you is good intentions. Maybe they know to give you space. Maybe you don't want the space. Maybe you're feeling a disconnect because of that, but you don't know how to tell that to them. What do you think they're feeling? Alright, so whatever that answer was in your head, now I want you to think to yourself, alright, if I allow myself the time to rebalance, the time to take care of myself, the time to actually process through the things that are causing my mind some chaos, I will feel more balanced. If it doesn't happen the first time, that's because there's a lot of chaos going on and I need more time to process. Maybe after the second or third little self-care session that I allow myself to do. And these do not have to be the same activities. They can be a few different things. What it is the time taken out of your day to dedicate towards yourself in order to rebalance, in order to maybe even allow yourself to actually let out the emotions that you're keeping in because you're trying so hard to be strong. That's been me lately. Okay? Whatever that it is that you know you need right now, or you know that you want and crave. I crave yoga sessions all the time. Do I think I get enough of them? No. But I know I want them. I know because I want them and they're a good thing for me, I probably kind of need them. Anyways, that was an example. So say you allow yourself a few sessions. How do you feel when that's done, knowing that you have done something awesome for yourself? Something that you know you needed. Something that was good for your mental health. Something that you know has helped rebalance you from the chaos into a state of normalcy, or maybe even going towards a state of happiness. Even if it's temporary, it's still a step towards gaining that happiness that you know you want. Now, think about how you would appear towards those people in your close inner circle. You can bet they're going to see a difference in you. You can bet that they're going to notice when you're smiling more, when you laugh more, when you sound more cheerful, when you come up with an idea that is for the greater good. Like, for instance, you're coming up with an idea to do something fun as a family that's different. Maybe something that's nobody's experienced before. Go to a new place. They're going to take notice that you've suddenly done something more positive, something that looks like it's going to benefit all of you, and that you're going to have fun, maybe create memories. even if it's just a memorable day at the office where everybody laughed a couple times extra. People will notice. So suddenly, even though you're doing this for you, you're not just doing this for you anymore. You're doing this for the people that love you and that you love. It's another excuse that you can give yourself when you're trying to push it away. So, I hope some of these ideas are really helpful for you. Certainly go back, replay this video a few times, because there are some really excellent catchphrases in here that are worth it for you to keep reminding yourself, especially when times are tough, especially when it feels like absolute chaos in your mind. All right? So, did some of these ideas trigger anything for you, like good things or good stories or some further good advice that you want to ping pong? Go ahead and reply in the comments. I would love to know what you think about this. Would not mind the feedback whatsoever. A lot of these ideas have been taken from multiple people, multiple resources, and I'm just kind of spitting it back with my own interpretation, I guess. But it all boils down to one thing. Nobody takes care of themselves and their own personal mental health enough. We just don't as a society. So, all right. So hopefully, at least a little bit of this sticks with you, and in the end, you can find something very, very wonderful and very happy from it. All right. So please respond below if you've got something that resonates with this, and I wish you a very good rest of your day. Thank you.